The Backrooms. The timeline is malleable. Content warning. Level 360 has a general theme of madness, self-harm, suicide, and death. If you are uncomfortable with these topics, please skip this page. Dr. Andrew Pye. Level 360. Halls of Past Screams. Survival difficulty. Class time break. Temporal anomalies. Grandfather paradox. Time loops. Warning. Any and all entry into level 360 is highly unrecommended. No further rescue initiatives will be undertaken by the Meg within this level. Image caption. The arched entrance of level 360, possibly referring to certain parts of the Washington Cathedral. Level 360, also known as the Arched Hallways, revision. Footnote. They are so much more than this. The walls scream a truth beyond reason. End footnote. Presents itself primarily as a series of hallways, inspired mainly by parts of various arched structures from the front rooms. After further analysis, most photographs reported by the Meg expedition team depict locations dating from the 1850s up to the 1950s, the most documented among them being structural parts referred to as the entrance, footnote, where the gates of time open wide, end footnote, resembling constructs taken from what seems to be the Washington Cathedral. The name for this location has been chosen due to it being currently considered by the Meg as the only point of entrance into level 360. The hallways of level 360 are constructed from various materials, including, but not limited to, marble, limestone, dark brick, and oxidized metal. Each segment appears to have been carved out or sectioned off from different structures, often with mismatched widths, ceiling heights, and color temperatures. Despite these inconsistencies, the material transitions appear seamlessly merged. Many sections are skylit, with arched glass ceilings resembling stained or clouded glasswork. Image caption. Skylit section of level 360, with its light source presumed to be overcast. However, no light source is ever directly visible. The ambient lighting changes coloration slowly, from warm amber to dusky blue, always locked in sunset or overcast tones, with no consistent correlation to time, or observable day-night cycles. Footnote. No time of day without time. End footnote. In some accounts, the same hallway would be bright on one pass and nearly unlit on the next, despite no actual displacement on the Wanderer's part. First contact. The level first came to attention through scattered reports by solo wanderers navigating the deeper sectors of Level 5, Terror Hotel. Individuals having descended flights of stairs in Level 5 in the Promethean Library, note, see Sublevel 5.3, Promethei Bibliotheca, reported having no-clipped into Level 360, after reaching a part with distinct archway patterns. Walking beneath rusted archways has also been reported as a probable entrance condition. The first individual to be officially recorded exiting level 360 was E. Halstow, who arrived at Outpost Housekeeping in a state of incoherent terror, muttering multilingual fragments and repeating, quote, "Not a place, never was. It's time. Time is dying. Le tumeur." End quote. Le tumeur is French for time dies. Footnote. Yet he spoke wrong. End footnote. His state continued to deteriorate over the span of the following hour, primarily considered as being a result of extreme physical and mental fatigue. He soon succumbed to heart failure. Autopsy revealed that the true nature of his condition was tied to severe neural degradation and tissue decay, among other factors comparable with advanced internal aging, despite being in his 30s, judging from his external appearance. Early mapping attempts. Following Halstow's death, independent explorers and contracted Meg affiliates attempted to enter and chart the level upon the request of the outpost. Of the 11 known individuals, only 3 returned. 2 were catatonic or entirely nonverbal. The third, Elias Torem, a former renowned Level 11, the city that never sleeps, cartographer, submitted a fragmented and partially burned field notebook. Notable entries include: the arches, remember where you were. Don't you remember them? Stairs, go somewhere else if you think about falling. I turned right 4 times. I found a version of me who hadn't. Torum died 72 hours later from foreign body airway obstruction. Prior to the fact, he began bandaging his eyes, ears, nose, and mouth with his own clothes before forcefully stuffing his airways, resulting in his death. During said period, he was constantly mumbling lines from his notebook and citing a single phrase at the end of each line. They told me, they've shown me, the truth, destiny itself. Footnote: a truth teller that spoke too soon. End footnote. Recorded anomalies. Further on, a few independent group expeditions were issued to prepare for an official MEG personnel dispatch. All surviving accounts referenced non-Euclidean geometry. Footnote: do not go in there with your body. You will lose it. Walk into the abyss with your mind. End footnote. Psychic and supposed non-linear time effects. Commonly described phenomena include impossible architecture, structures like Penrose stairs, endless loops that always return wanderers to their entry point, trapping them in place, spatial shifts, breaks in the loop where the architecture redirects wanderers to distant, unfamiliar areas instead of back to the entrance, screams, echoes from all directions, often in the wanderer's own voice or that of someone else, described as, quote, resonating through cracks in the timeline, end quote, whispers and memories, intimate voices revealing hidden fears or unknown memories, sometimes exposing deeply personal secrets never shared before, memory loss, sudden cognitive blanks with symptoms like nosebleeds. Wanderers know something happened, but can't recall what. These effects intensify as one ventures deeper and further into racks with said non-Euclidean spatial constructs. Meg Expedition, Team 36. A full expedition was commissioned shortly after. Meg Exploration Team 36, composed of 6 experienced field agents, including time distortion specialists and geometers, equipped with numerous pieces of precision equipment, but, most importantly, top-notch safety equipment, such as locator beacons, linkage wiring, and an advanced transmitter, as well as resources for the team to last 2 weeks. Only a single member of Team 36 managed to survive long enough to report back. Expedition team member Kay Roslin was discovered crawling near a defunct elevator shaft on level 5, Terror Hotel. He was found bloodied and delirious, with the blood on his forehead determined to be originating from self-inflicted damage. In this state, Roslin was only able to repeat fragments of what later became the first verified terminology surrounding the quote-unquote sighting events, and the entities now dubbed time wraiths. Quote, they came after the sighting. They don't kill you. They correct time, and you along with it. End quote. Quote, half the team was gone after a single scream. The others walked into themselves and never came out. End quote. Roslin's recovered field notes included several details about Level 360's architecture. Hallways rearranged while being watched. Arches shifted depth based on emotional state. They've had a sighting of themselves in the distance, blurred out of shape. No reflections showed movement. They only stared back, silently. After his return, Roslin was placed under observation. An attempted interview was recorded and is referenced further within the document as Log 360-K. Prior to his demise, he drew erratically, often sketching corridors with impossible curves, doorways within doorways, probably referencing instances of impossible architecture within the level, complex fractals, and repeated imagery of his own silhouette dissolving. He took his own life 4 days later, after escaping surveillance. His final journal entry reads, quote, the wraiths aren't what kill you. They just remind you of your own destiny. End quote. Footnote. Finally, a truth the world deserved. End footnote. Sightings, After further correlation of statements from expedition member K. Roslin and multiple explorers beforehand, a certain pattern of events was confirmed and is now classified as sightings. Brief, often distant glimpses of themselves or people they once were, walking through the arches or down distant stairways. The figure is always quiet, always alone, always watching. Initial Meg records presumed these to be hallucinations or quote unquote echoes in time, as suggested by most accounts. However, repeated reports across unrelated survivors have confirmed the phenomenon is real and observable. Roslin's report first connected sightings to time wraith activity, stating that after a sighting occurred, a wraith would soon follow and remove the affected person from the timeline. As of now, that observation is the leading theory on the disappearance of most of the members of Meg Expedition Team 36 and is considered to be by far the biggest threat within the level. Future level related initiatives. Due to the reported neural, physical, temporal, and spatial anomalies within the level, any and all future level related initiatives have been disbanded, and any exploration of the level or interactions with subjects coming out of the level are highly unrecommended and are to be avoided entirely if possible. Guide for Survival. If you happen to stumble upon the entrance of the level and subsequently enter level 360, it is recommended to stay absolutely calm, not react to any external stimuli, and follow a straight path, trying to find a way back, without ever exiting the entrance area. Further on, any item us footnote. I've heard it. I've seen it. And I want to make you see it. Reveal the truth. End footnote. Page error. Reload required. Control plus R. Error code. Reveal the truth. The Backrooms. The timeline is malleable. Level 360. Halls of Mercy. Survival difficulty. Class Time Birth. Hear the truth. Level 360 is the unknown level of the Backrooms. Page error. Reload required. Control plus R. Error code. Page corrupted. Compiling. Long ago, time died. Here. Image caption. Are you truly willing to know, or are you here by unfortunate revision, fortunate occasion? Funny story, right? I was walking up the Forsaken Stairs. Note, see level 922. I finally traveled to the quote unquote true end, and all I got was this fucking staircase. The actual part of me walking up is not funny. The word exhausting came around rather often. But that place kept me alive. Nothing solid for 5 fucking weeks, and I'm still walking up like a tin soldier. But one day, just that one day, I tripped hard and came crashing down the few dozen steps I've climbed until suddenly I was laying on a solid bed of stone. When I got up, I saw arches, and so many. My head spun like a damn hurricane. I walked around, bored out of my mind, tried to loop back to the entrance. Instead, I faced a set of stairs that I've never seen in my 32 years of life. Got nothing to lose, so I went in deeper. The best mistake I've ever made. I saw him. I saw myself. Image caption. My reflection. Past, present, and future. My old self whimpered in fear. I rejoice in memory of this moment. I came closer. An otherworldly haze floating around its silhouette. Something lesser than fog, yet thicker than smoke. My skin crawled, like the walls had fingernails, and then gone, as if I never existed. Just then came the screams. The walls were screaming, but the floors were whispering. Whispering secrets untold and forgotten by time itself. I could hear the breath, my breath, labored, punctured, like I had forgotten how lungs work. The eyes, they weren't mine anymore. They were filled with time, and time itself was raving. My old self gazed in terror at the wraith in front, the very moment of my salvation. It drips backwards through these cracks, whispering the day you will meet your end by its hand. It showed me the moment, that very moment of my own end. Poor Rosalind watched his own suicide play out in perfect, recursive clarity. A looped projection, flickering on rusted glass, over and over. Neck, snap, collapse. He couldn't look away. No one ever does. Not when the death's not yours. Yet. There were inscriptions all around. They spoke to me in a voice older than noise. One of them said my name, before I told it. You think you're safe? You think this is just another glitched out level and a few dramatics? No. This place remembers your thoughts before you think of them. It replays them in the voices of people you forgot dying. Quote, Maria, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to forget. End quote. I never will anymore. I saw myself again last night. He was carrying a clock. It was ticking backwards. It had no hands. Do you understand now? The cause, the effect? No? Of course you don't. You will. The one truth beyond all. The one fate shared by all. The true finality is... No image caption available. Unknown. Kevin. K. Roslin. Who is it? Who's talking? Unknown. Approaches Roslin. Your own echo. Echo in time. K. Roslin. What the fuck is this place? Induced into a panic attack. Unknown. Hereby is the place of your revelation, how your existence sprouted, its path throughout the meadow of life, and how it will inevitably end. Or has it already ended? K. Roslin tries to look at his hands. They have already disappeared. Silence. Unknown. Time has given you a gift, the gift of mercy. Yet, all knowledge comes at a cost, often one that an individual cannot K. Roslin. No, fuck you! Fuck all of this bullshit! Suffering a breakdown. Unknown. Silence. Do not try resisting it. It is futile. K. Roslin. Let me out! Do you hear me? Unknown. This moment has been written in the annals of time for as long as eternity existed and will exist. K. Roslin. Why are you doing this to me? Unknown. It is the natural flow of entropy. K. Roslin. Why? Why me? Unknown. Destiny itself. K. Roslin. Mind shifting in and out of phase, trying to grasp an impossibility as vast as the very knowledge of it. Silence. Which version of me deserved this? Unknown. Each has, each will. Yet, you willed it to be so. But you already knew it. K. Roslin. Please stop. Unknown. This is the truth. The only truth. K. Roslin. Stop it, I said! Hands to his head. Unknown. Do you remember when you chose this? K. Roslin. Yes, I do. The day my heart stopped. The day Maria died. The day I let go of her little hand. Unknown. Her eyes called out to you. Your mind ran away. K. Roslin, eyes closed, whispering. She fell. Headlights appeared. That car turned the corner way too fast. It was the last moment. I turned my head and saw. I told myself it was too late, that there was nothing I could do. Unknown, but you knew. And so, time sentenced you here. Or was it you who did? K. Roslin. What now? Unknown. The first favor from time was your existence. Soon, time will come for you to give back that favor. Soon, you will face your outcome, your undoing, your mercy. Expiration by time. K. Roslin. Silence. Will I get to see Maria? Unknown. You will, in your very last moment, when you cross time's final threshold. Simply let go. K. Roslin. Silence. I see. I finally see it. Matter colliding as the first elementary forces begin exhibiting their power. A cord is tied to a chandelier support on a ceiling. The formation of nebulas, stars, and galaxies everywhere. A loop forms, quiet and deliberate. The world springs alive as first solar systems and black holes begin sprouting. The loop is tied onto the cord and tugged on, creating a noose. But even for black holes, it will only take a Google years. Roslin steps into frame. Nothing is permanent, and all will cease one day. Roslin puts his head into the noose, tightening it around his neck. Meg guards are heard running towards the room, screaming. As the one thing that truly prevails, Roslin jumps forward from his support. Oblivion. Snap. Kevin, echoing throughout the walls of time. Maria, your brother is back. The echo fades away. End of life. Page error. Reload required. Control plus R. Recorded entrances and exits. Level 5, Terror Hotel. Level 5.3, Promethean Library, also referred to as Promethei Biblioteca. This was the first entrance/exit to be recorded by the Meg, primarily by Meg Outpost Housekeeping, and is currently considered the main entrance/exit into/from the level. The entrance can be generally reached by going down flights of stairs with arched ceilings and into a dark area, eventually bringing you to the entrance of level 360 and vice versa. Other entrances. Level 922, the Asherian Stairwell, also referred to as, I finally traveled to the quote-unquote true end and all I got was this fucking staircase. Unconfirmed. It is theorized that some wanderers ended up in level 360 after traveling through the infinite expanse of level 922. Such a supposition arose after certain delirious wanderers mentioned, quote, infinite, never-changing stairs, end quote, contrasting with the ever-changing nature of the level, as described by themselves later on. Other exits. Level 95. The Underneath. Confirmed. Hazardous? The unfortunate confirmation of the said exit came to be through a report published by a small group of Meg explorers. A lost Expedition 36 member found dead in one of the protrusions inside a wall in level 95. The subject's face was severely mutilated, making the identification particularly hard, but, after further analysis, the subject was determined to be Expedition member Andrew Bono. The processes of no-clipping from level 360 into level 95 still unknown, it remains unrecommended to search for a said no-clip zone if it implies exiting the aforementioned entrance area. Interview log 360-K, debriefing of K. Roslin. Location, Meg Outpost Housekeeping. Participants, K. Roslin, Survivor, Expedition Team 36, Dr. Heinz Noren, Meg Geospatial Researcher, Dr. Harlow Barnes, Meg Psychosomatic Research Lead, Rowan Smith, Security Department Head, Meg. Begin log, Dr. Barnes. Mr. Roslin, do you hear me? K. Roslin. Please, no. I saw too much. I saw time itself. Turns and stares blankly into the eyes of Dr. Noren. Dr. Barnes approaches Roslin. Hey, everything is fine. Nobody is going to hurt you. We just want to ask a few questions, and we will let you go. K. Roslin diverts his gaze onto Dr. Barnes. Silent. Dr. Noren. God, what the hell could he have seen? What the hell even happened in there? Dr. Barnes, to Roslin. First, a simple question. Do you hear and understand me? K. Roslin. I don't know. Yes, I do. Dr. Barnes. Good. Dr. Norin here is going to ask you a few more very simple questions. Take as much time as you need to respond to them. Dr. Norin approaches Roslyn. Right. What do you see? K. Roslyn breaks down, hands on head. Dr. Barnes to Dr. Norin. Please refrain from asking direct questions. This can bring him to an edge. K. Roslyn. Wait, I see. Pause. Rooms shifting beyond my sight. Non-existent corridors. Emptiness of the void. Myself staring back. Watching. Judging my time in this world. Then, gasped, and death, my death, begins crying. Breaks down again. Dr. Norin steps back. Dr. Barnes. Calm down. Everything is fine. You just stepped into a gray area. Follow my voice and come back to us. K. Roslyn. Breakdown intensifies. Dr. Barnes. Bring him away, Smith. This interview is done. Rowan Smith restrains Roslyn and gets him out of the interrogation room. K. Roslyn. Why? Why me? Why? End log.